Hi there, retail enthusiasts. I'm Isha Dalal, Solutions Architect at AWS.
And I'm Claudia Howlett, Enterprise Account Manager. And we're coming to you from Sydney, Australia.
Welcome to Retail Insights with AWS, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of retail, uncover the latest trends, and explore how AWS is transforming the industry.
From the aisles to the cloud, come and join us as we dive under the hood with industry leaders and AWS retail experts. We will explore the latest trends in customer experience, supply chain optimization, and data-driven decision-making.
So grab a cup of coffee, you're logged into Retail Insights with AWS.
In today's episode, we're diving into the fascinating world of cashback programs and the impact that they have on customer acquisition and retention in the retail sector. We're thrilled to have with us Ciaran Forde, Chief Technology Officer of Cashrewards, one of Australia's leading cashback programs. Ciaran brings a wealth of experience in the retail technology and customer engagement strategies.
Before we dive into our conversation, let's set the stage with some intriguing trends in the cashback and customer acquisition space. The global cashback industry has grown into an $8 billion market. What's particularly interesting is how these programs are reshaping consumer behavior. In today's hyper-competitive retail landscape, standing out isn't just about having the best products anymore. It's about creating value for customers in innovative ways, and that's where cashback programs are really shaking things up. Recent data shows that customers using cashback portals tend to spend about 18% more on their purchases. For e-commerce businesses, the benefits are equally impressive, with those partnering with cashback sites seeing a 22% increase in returning customers. This dual benefit of increased spending and improved loyalty demonstrates the significant impact of cashback strategies on both consumer behavior and business success.
Hey Ciaran, thanks so much for joining us today. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Not only as a customer of AWS, but also Isha and I are big fans of Cashrewards and avid users of the platform too. So a massive thank you to helping us find the great offers, but also save a few dollars here and there. So thanks for joining us.
So good to be here and so great to hear you're such avid users of Cashrewards.
So look, thanks so much. And in terms of Cashrewards as a loyalty platform, it's really innovative in the way in which you're changing that B2C customer relationship, because you're in that intersection where you're connecting customers with the best offers and the best retailers at the right time so they can maximize those offers. I wonder if you could just share a little bit more around how Cashrewards was started, a little bit more about the business, just so we can get to know you guys a bit better.
Yeah, Cashrewards was started in Sydney many years ago, so we've just hit our 10-year anniversary.
Congrats!
So yeah, thank you. And went from there to listed, and then now owned by the innovation arm of the ANZ Bank, so by 1835i. So yes, a long and varied history through that 10 years.
Oh, good to know it's got some Sydney roots there. Just in terms of the platform and kind of how Cashrewards works with its customers and retail partners, I'm just wondering if you could just share a little bit more for our listeners today what Cashrewards is as a cashback program, and just sort of share some insights around how you're delivering the best outcome and value for those customers.
Yes, so Cashrewards it links our members to those offers from our brands and merchants. So we've got over 2,000 now brands on platform. So what we do is enable you as a member, as you've already done, to connect to those brands that we have on platform, find the best offers, and as you said, the key is making sure that we are giving you those best offers when it's most relevant to you.
So what's the catch, Ciaran? I sign up, I'm an avid member, I can see my wallet and I can see money in it. What's the catch? I'm getting cash back for shopping with those retailers?
There is no catch at all. It is that simple. And so, yes, there's no catch at all. You can then withdraw that cash and then you can use it anywhere you want and use it for your next shop that you then get cash back on again.
So how is Cashrewards enabling that cash back and that reward for their customers?
Yes, so How the cashback model works is it is an affiliate marketing program. So from a merchant point of view, so what merchants are looking for out of Cashrewards is new to brand, so new customers that they would not otherwise reach. But they also, through Cashrewards, get loyalty. So customers coming back again and again through the platform. So they get both sides through Cashrewards.
Love the ring of the offers coming, additional offers on top of what those merchants are providing. But how do you see having a cashback program like Cashrewards influencing customers? So I use Cashrewards because I see that cashback offer coming to my bank straight away.
Yep.
Based on the lot of research, it says that it does impact 70% of the consumers to move more towards those cashback platforms. But how do you see as a cashback program like Cashrewards influencing those customer behaviors?
Yeah, well, my own story is similar to that story of our members. So with 3 boys at home and growing rapidly, my Coles and Woolies shop through the years has become more and more expensive, and so I look to Cashrewards to define where I'm going to make that next shop. So what's on offer at that point in time, and using Cashrewards then to make that purchase.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I use Cashrewards for pleasure shopping, but looking at that you should be, those programs could be used for your day-to-day shopping, day-to-day needs, and having that visibility through one platform is good to have that.
Definitely. So we offer everything from your day-to-day right through to that European holiday. So yeah, the pleasure shops. We offer many of the key brands, both globally and within Australia. So everyone from Amazon and Booking.com right through to then the Coles and Woolworths of the world.
Oh, thanks, Ciaran. So I think in terms of that broad range of retailers and services that you're really hitting on from a cashback perspective, you're really looking at transforming that whole B2C relationship, which you guys are becoming such a disruptor in. And I'm wondering if you could touch on the role that technology plays in building out this B2C relationship and how it's impacting loyalty as repeat customers for those businesses.
Technology is key. So the model is there are many moving parts within the model. So between retailers into affiliate networks right out to our members, and how we do that seamlessly is a large scale technology problem. So everything from the ingestion to offers to how we then manage those to make sure that then through our leading customer experience is as seamless as possible, and also puts those offers in front of people at the right time. So if you think of a push notification on your mobile app, if we're pushing out the wrong offers or less relevant offers to you, you're far less likely to engage with those. So getting that right on a day-to-day push notification by push notification level is critical to us.
I think that's really interesting to sort of be able to capture that market and make sure that you're ensuring you get the right offers at the right time to those right customers. I think because you're coming in and really looking at the way in which the consumer to business relationship really works, I'm wondering how many steps ahead do you need to think in terms of technology for making sure that you're serving those customers?
You always need to be thinking ahead. You need to be thinking ahead while dealing with the day-to-day, and there's day-to-day challenges in that model, but we always need to be thinking ahead. So we do have a strong technology roadmap that takes us out, months and out into next year. So we do have a plan around the part technology plays in the program for a long time to come.
Could you elaborate more on any recent technological advancements that you might have done? Because I think I have read a little bit about that you acquired Little Birdie recently.
Yes,
to your platform, which sounds pretty cool. And also, how do you see technology changing those aspects as well, like using your platform?
Yes, so the Little Birdie acquisition was something very excited about. So a great company that had made a lot of technical advances around what they did. So what Little Birdie does is things like product price comparison, gives you an idea of price history over time. So as a member and as a Cashrewards member, you can then make sure that you're getting the best possible value you can on a product that you're buying through Cashrewards. So really, really, really exciting. From a technology perspective, if you then think about hundreds of millions of products being ingested on a regular basis, plus all the offers overlaid on that, that becomes a large-scale technology problem that you do need to apply a lot of automation, a lot of machine learning and AI tooling to make sure that out the other end you have that one offer or one product or one coupon or whatever that really is going to hit the mark with our members.
I like what you touched on there, Ciaran, around how there's so many different products and offers that you can send out to your customers, but how do you get pointed about that one offer at that one time in which they're going to purchase? You mentioned the hot topic, AI, machine learning. I'm curious to know, with also the acquisition of Little Birdie, what does data and AI look like at Cashrewards, and how are you leveraging data and AI to better that customer experience and enhance the value for your customers?
Yes, data is critical. We're one of the more data-focused and data-informed businesses that I've been in, and I find that really enjoyable. That comes through every part of the business, from the customer experience and how we think about what we serve to our members, right through then to how we think about the cost and effort in ingesting offers or products. So very, very data informed and very data driven business. From then the technology behind Little Birdie, really interesting around how we think about technology and humans in the loop when you're dealing with that sort of scale, and making sure that you're getting the right thing in front of a member at all times. So we've learned a lot from the team, the Little Birdie team, over the last while, and taking a lot of those learnings into what we do in future with Cashrewards.
That's so good that you talked about how you are leveraging data, because that's the common theme that we have been seeing across a lot of AWS customers, is leveraging the right value of data, because you have the data, but you don't know how to translate it to the right business value to it. And when we talk about the business value for Cashrewards, I think the most important aspect that we have been talking about was customer acquisition, or the customer retention part of it. What are the different strategies that you as cashback platforms incur into or look after to get more customer acquisitions and specifically the customer retention? Because the customer acquisition cost is going out of the roof in today's market.
Yep.
So how do you also make sure that the customer retention is keep focused across the business?
Yeah, so we've many strategies there. The first is, of course, great offers. So how strong is an offer? We work with our brands on the strength of the offers that are being put in front of our members. Then we've got our lifecycle comms. So if you forget about us for some reason for a period of time, we'll make sure that we're back in front of you with a compelling offer that meets what you need. And we also have, as we talked about, the personalized marketing and marketing automation. So to make sure that it's the right thing in the right context for you as a member.
So when you talk about the personalized marketing, is it that you again leverage your customer base and do some sort of a segmentation that these are the customers that will target this way? How does that personalized marketing works when you are approaching your customers?
Yes, so we do segmentation. We're also customers of AWS's Personalized solution, which allows us to do things like trending and ranking and other things. So so we use a lot of different tools to get that experience as crisp as it is.
I'm just wondering with that experimentation, particularly around, you mentioned a service, AWS Personalize. How does the A/B testing going? Because you've got so many different retailers and service providers that you're working with. There's not the traditional cyclical trend of retail where you might have a high on Black Friday and then a dip and then another high again on Boxing Day. You've got so many brands, so many offers at so many different times. How do you manage the pipeline of A/B testing on the right customer at the right time with the right offer and the right retailer, particularly with data?
Yeah, so there's definitely some challenges there with that side of things, and the volume of data involved, and I think like many we're on that journey as to how to land that. I think some of the key is keeping it as simple as possible, because we can overdo it in this space and overthink it, and so making sure that we keep the member at the center of that, and focused on the member is key to us, and then being able to test different models, definitely something we want to do more of, but the experience is definitely the core to what we're trying to land there, and a really simple experience, so it doesn't become so complex for a member that they just go turn away from it, and that's it.
Yeah, and with this fast-paced move of our environment and the behavior of customers that keeps on changing, like because the trends change, the seasons change, because you're not the producer of those products, right? You are offering from the merchants or the businesses to the consumers. How do you manage with different customer behavior changes, different trends coming up and down? How do you make sure that the businesses are aligning with the customers' behavior there?
Yes, seasonality is key, and everything from a Black Friday, we do learn from previous years, because there's not too many events during a year that can ready you for what happens through those holiday periods. So seasonality over time is definitely something we look at through the data to make sure that we're ready for that next big spike, and working with our merchants through what that means for them and how offers are surfaced through those periods.
It's so great that the customer is central to every decision that you're making as an organisation, because ultimately they're the ones that will dictate the ebbs and flows in which these offers can be presented, because you understand the life cycle of your customers and what offers they want at what time. But taking a step back, from your experience as CTO, how critical is data strategy across the entire organisation? Because you mentioned so many different things across your marketing, to your personalisation, to your user experience, to your customer experience team. How does your data strategy tie across all of those different teams within Cashrewards, and how crucial is it to be working as a unit on ensuring you've got the right data at the right time?
Absolutely crucial to be on the same data, on the same terminology around the same data, so everyone's on the same page as to what any data point means. With data, as with most, we're on a journey there as well to make sure that data is at the fingertips of those people who need it. They're on the same page as to what that data is informing them, and they can make decisions with it. So we have done a lot with data through the last couple of years, and we've got a really exciting roadmap for data, as we touched on the Little Birdie acquisition and the amount of data that then exposes us to. We can take that in many different directions. For example, we can now help our merchants with pricing intelligence. So we've got a view of many tens of millions of products across the Australian marketplace. So being able to help merchants with how they think about pricing, how they think about offers in that, and how they think about cashback, so as to make sure that members are getting the best value they can, but also merchants are getting what they need from the platform also.
That's so interesting that the data that you're using, it's not just supporting your customers or consumers, but also the merchants back, so that they also understand to some extent that what is working in the market, what is not working in the market in some way or form. And also like bringing the data strategy to the business perspective as well. How do you see that data is impacting the retail strategy that you guys are leading in this space today?
So data impacts in multiple ways. So essentially the strategy is built up from the data. So data is what we look at as we think about those roadmaps and create that next set of product features that we create. And then we are testing and learning based on what we do put out in front of our members and our merchants. So across all levels of the strategy, it's a highly data-informed strategy that we're implementing at the moment.
So we all need to be data experts, is what you're suggesting.
Yes, be a data expert.
Love it. So just sort of changing tact a little bit. I know that Cashrewards has recently got a number of really exciting partnerships and integrations across a number of different organisations, one notable one being ANZ Plus. Wondering if you could just talk to us about how you see the importance of strategising around partnerships and those integrations and what that looks like for the future for Cashrewards.
Partnerships and integrations are key to us. So we have spent and invested a lot of time and effort in how people partner with us, and we've gone through a number of iterations, and we feel now we have something that makes it far easier for a company with either a member base or a large customer base to use offers as a way to acquire and to retain their customer bases. So with ANZ Plus, really enjoy a lot of what ANZ Plus are doing, and one of the things is being able to add add-ons to your banking experience. So through that, we've been able to lucky enough to integrate Cashrewards. So in your banking experience, you can now add the Cashrewards experience in there, and that then brings that experience right closer to your financial experience, because as we talked about earlier, being able to save is great, but what are you then doing with that going forward? And being able to link it closer to your banking experience becomes very powerful in future. Based on that and following on from that, we've just signed up with Constantinople, a really exciting local company that I've absolutely loved working with, and they're focused on many of the tier 2, tier 3 banks, the mutual banks in Australia, and using that partnership model that we've teamed up with ANZ on, we can now scale that across others. So we now have a model that we believe works for partners. It's the cashback and the type of model. There are some interesting challenges in how do you message it to a member base, and so we believe we've now cracked that, and we can message it in a way that then doesn't overwhelm or doesn't turn off a current partner's user base, but we can do it in a way that's again personal and relevant to those customers of any partner.
Yeah, look, it's fascinating to find that just the network that you have, not only just with the retailers that you're working with, but the partnerships and how key that is across organisations to be able to spread that customer value. I love the fact that you've partnered with ANZ Plus. It makes it so much easier to be able to get that cash back instantly within your wallet. I think it's also teaching really interesting ways around how consumers can get smarter around saving that cost and also realising those gains straight away. So, look, I think that's a really interesting insight there. Thanks, Ciaran.
And also, like, just to touch base on that, because once you have these different integrations and allowing a platform where more integrations can happen, that gives an opportunity for increasing customer retention, I believe, in a way, because then it's easier for the consumers to leverage those cashback offers. It's easier for the merchants to advertise or a platform where they can connect with those consumers. How do you see the consumer behavior or it's changing with these more and more integrations that's coming on board with you?
Similar to the value prop for a merchant, for a partner or for an integration, using something like offers, you can acquire new customers through that. So if there are some really compelling offers there that are not publicly available, for example, that can then drive new customers to that partner. On the retention side, which is definitely a key component of it as well, if you are one of those companies that your key touch points, like if we take something like insurance, if your key touch point is paying your bill and an event in life you don't really want to have, so how do you keep those customers engaged, and how do you keep them coming back? How do you get that renewal? Offers and driving that loyalty is something we're looking at as a key component of where we go in future.
So now we are coming to the end of the podcast, Ciaran. Thank you for all the insights that you have walked us through. One question that I want to ask as part of our podcast theme is, what one retail insight you would want to give to our listeners with your vast experience with Cashrewards and your previous amazing experience in this industry? What is the one retail insight you would want to give to our listeners?
I think for me, the big insight and the insight for me through the years was that not using a cashback program like Cashrewards, you're leaving money on the table. So if you're shopping online without being part of a program, on average you're paying more than you could otherwise be. So that's key for me. It's a simple platform to use, and you're leaving money on the table if you don't use it.
Great insight. Thanks, Ciaran. I know the
Love
two
it.
of us definitely are leveraging your platform to make the most of it. But look, thanks again for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the podcast today. We've learned a lot about data. We've learned a lot about the importance of partnerships. We've learned a lot about the importance of having your data strategy built from the ground up and then making sure that your team's across what you're trying to achieve from a data perspective. We've been through a lot today. So it's been awesome.
Insightful conversation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Ciaran. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
It was a pleasure to have Cashrewards here today to share those valuable insights into the world of cashback programs and the impact they're having on retail. We can all learn from Cashrewards' story of innovation and adaptability. It's clear that cashback programs like Cashrewards are more than just a way to save a few bucks. They're reshaping how we shop and how retailers connect with us. It's exciting to see these digital solutions are creating more engaging and rewarding experiences for shoppers while offering retailers new ways to build customer loyalty and drive sales in online spaces. If you're intrigued by what you've heard today and want to experience the benefits of cashback firsthand, I encourage you to visit their website, cashrewards.com.au, and download their app to start earning cashback on your purchases and see how it's transforming your shopping experience. Trust me, your wallet might just thank you.
To our retail audience, the insight shared today underscore the importance of embracing innovative customer engagement strategies in the digital space. AWS offers a comprehensive suite of solutions designed to support your digital transformation journey, whether you're enhancing your data analytics capabilities or optimizing your overall online presence. You can visit aws.amazon.com/retail.
Thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back soon with another episode exploring the latest retail trends and technologies.
Stay tuned.